Come on. Good morning. Trying to open up the screen for you here. Look at that light. Fire. It's really fire. It's just 93 million miles away, thanks be to God. And we can see the fire till here. It's quite a fire if you can see it 93 million miles away. You'll be talking about the fire that purifies the gold. So today we continue a theme that started yesterday, which I didn't comment yesterday so much, was the theme of justice. I talked a lot about it at Mass last evening, but we mentioned obviously some points about it yesterday, and it's a very big theme. Yesterday we had a beautiful line in the Psalm. Which I'm just pulling up for you now. Lead me in your justice, Lord. Lead me in your justice, Lord. And today, Paul goes into that more deeply, talking to the community in Corinth, and they have big problems, and he's nailing them on one issue, that they have disputes, and they bring them to people who do not share their faith to resolve them. And he says, aren't you capable of not just, oh, there comes the sun, look, watch. I wonder how much we're going to see. I wonder how much we'll see because of the cloud formation, if it will all come out. Yesterday was funny, the sun came out horizontally. Normally the sun rises vertically, but it came out horizontally to the right, and now it's coming out horizontally to the left. Can you imagine? The sun is coming out horizontally to the left, toward the north. Yesterday it came out horizontally toward the south, and that's just because of the movement of the clouds, obviously, because the sun isn't moving in that respect regarding us. It's the cloud is moving a little bit to the south, and therefore the sun is freed from that obstruction. There are flies around in the warm weather right now, warm, humid weather. It's not as intense as it was last week. 10 days ago, it was incredibly intense. And now it has eased up a little bit. So I'm not sure that the sun is going to become much more visible at this point, but the light's majestic, isn't it? So creative. And the light that Paul is bringing here, there's a lot of light today about justice. And it's based on a lot of other points that have been said, that Jesus has said as well. Hey, why are you going to get people who don't share your faith to mediate your conflicts? But in the first place, why even litigate? Why not suffer injustice? Isn't that crazy? Why not suffer injustice? Well, don't you remember one of the Beatitudes was precisely, blessed are those who suffer injustice for the sake of the kingdom. How much justice are you capable of suffering without complaining? How much injustice are you capable of bearing without complaining? Hey, don't look at me, don't ask me, people, because that's a very hard question. I don't like that question. It's really, it nails my conscience, because our first thought when we were treated unfairly, look at that sun in there, we don't like it. We don't like people throwing mud at us and covering up what we'd like to be our light. We don't like people fogging over us. We'd like to shine. We don't like to be relegated. And I remember the time once I was robbed. I had no money on me. I just had my university pass, and poor gypsy kids that weren't even teenagers all gathered around me, and they distracted me with this placard in Italy when I came out from an exam at the university in Rome. And they pushed the placard under my chin, and then in seconds they had backed away, and they picked up my university pass or tessera, which you have to show when you go in to do an exam, and it was on the ground. And I couldn't believe that they had invaded my pockets, but the only thing I had was a handkerchief and my university pass. And I just felt so invaded, and I felt a tremendous surge of frustration and anger. And also pity for those children, their faces. They were so worn at 11, 9, 10, 11 years of age. So wasted, you know. And so to be able to suffer injustice, for the kingdom, for righteousness' sake. You're okay. You don't have to appear. If you want to appear and say hello, you're welcome. Where are you from?
United States, Colorado.
Colorado, very good. I'm from heaven.
Heaven?
Yes.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Thank you. But I was born in the Holy Land of Ireland, and I work here in the Promised Land.
Oh, yeah. Tell me your name.
Eamon Kelly, Father Eamon Kelly. Welcome to Magdala.
Father Eamon Kelly. So nice to meet you.
Welcome. We'll see you later, God willing. So, actually, I didn't know what the clouds were going to do. That was very nice light this morning. So I intend to go inside now. This is a live stream I do every morning since the beginning of COVID.
What a beautiful day.
Yes, what a beautiful day. Absolutely. So I'm going to take you inside for another reason. And even though the gospel doesn't speak directly about the theme of justice, I'm struck by a very powerful line at the end of it. There you can see yourselves. That's a nice way to show you the Osmo, the gimbal. Let me show you in the real mirror, and then you can so here you see the Osmo. Hey, how did I get in the picture? Because I'm on the screen, but how did I get in the picture? Because I'm standing way from behind the mirror. Oh, okay, I got it. But how did I get in the picture? I don't know, I don't understand that. I'm not standing in front, I can't even see myself in the mirror, but the camera sees me in the mirror. It's the angle. Yeah, the physics of light. Wow. We had two groups here last night. We had one group came in late from the airport and they wanted to have mass. So we had mass at 10 o'clock. Finished around 10:30. And then we had a group before that from Atlantic Kids who were had an hour of prayer and adoration. It was amazing and beautiful, very alive to see all these good people. So I come in here this morning because once again we have the call of the 12 apostles. And Jesus went in prayer to call each of them. The 12 apostles, you know, we're doing a series right now on the 12 apostles, the Magdala Media Center. We already did Philip. It's on the Magdala Facebook page, Magdala YouTube channel. And we already did Bartholomew. He's down here. And we've already filmed John. I'm not sure if he's been out yet, or maybe he'll be out tomorrow. There's Bartholomew. And the next one we're going to film is Thomas, who's over there at the end on the left. And the apostles I'm really happy to be helping with this presentation on the apostles because they're really amazingly important for what we are as church. And we need these refresher moments to look at things again from a new light and The next one we're going to be getting ready is Thomas, and then I'm already thinking about Simon Zelotes, Simon the Zealot. So this is an amazing thing how God took these weak people to make them the 12 foundation courses of stone of the heavenly Jerusalem coming down from heaven. It's just amazing. But the line I wanted to focus on today from the gospel passage particularly is very powerful. And if Paul is saying, you guys got to get your act together, you guys got to get organized, you guys, something's going strange with my phone here a second, just bear with me. I don't understand here. You guys got to set up your own judicial system that's based on the principles of the gospel. Can't believe it, the phone just took off in another direction. Okay, I got it now. Thank you for being patient with me. And I have it. So it's the last line of the gospel. So there were huge crowds with Jesus after he chose the 12 apostles. And it says power went out from him. Power went out from him. And cured everybody. And that's basically one of the key principles in the foundation of Christian justice. That Christian justice is not about getting even. It's based on him at the cross, and he's saying, Father, forgive them, they do not know what they're doing. He wants to redeem them. He wants to heal them. Not just to heal them from a physical ailment, of which he did many healings, but he wants to heal their heart and their soul. And imagine when we see people doing injustice, that we pray not only for the victims of the injustice, who are suffering the evil accomplished by different people, from criminals and trafficking gangs and all of these very, very serious heavy-duty injustice, and even governments doing very unjust things. But that we pray for not only the victims of all this, but we pray for the evildoers themselves with love. To love your enemies. We're going to meet that line in this chapter of Luke, chapter 6. To love your enemies. To do good for those who persecute you. So then we're sailing on the Sea of Galilee. Our boat's sailing, we're on the right boat on the Sea of Galilee if we're learning to do justice and that kind. Instead of always being bitter and complaining about the people who hurt us, who deny us justice, who deny us fair life, that we can actually follow Jesus and lay down our lives. He laid down his life for us when we were still unjust, to redeem us. And that's the ultimate justice, the justice of mercy, the justice of redeeming love. So while it is conceded that Christians should have a very healthy ability to reconcile conflicts and differences in members in the community, what's even more important is that we can suffer injustice for the kingdom's sake, and that we can help redeem those who are victims of bad upbringing, of selfish hearts, of broken lives, so they can practice that justice, so that they can experience God's forgiveness and healing. I think you want a breath of fresh air, so we come outside here. I think we leave it like that, people. That's a lot to chew on today. God bless you. The scriptures of the day and the joys of nature give us a lot to ponder, a lot to build up our lives. and be thankful for. The sound of water is always beautiful, isn't it? See you later, alligators.